Yo guys, and welcome to my review of episode 61 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. And oh boy, what an episode. I think if you're solely a Go Rush watcher, this episode probably didn't hit for you that much. However, if you watched Sevens, you should know that this episode was insane from both a uh, you know, fan service perspective and the future plot perspective. So let's start with the fan service, right? We see Yuhi and Yuga duel with stray familiar decks, which is cool. We know we're getting at least some of that support a bit later, which is really cool. But they travel to different field spells, all that we've seen in 7. So first we go to Asana's field spell. I forgot what the name is, but it was the one that references her past with Tiger, which was really cool. Then the one thing that I really like is that throughout the episodes the fan service or the callbacks get more and more obvious. So then we go to Beast Gear World, which was used by Yugioh, and there we see Bochi and Manya, which makes sense. And Bochi says that he feels at home there. And another thing that's cool is that Manya uses Mimi's fans. So, I mean, very, very cool. But the one that hit the most for me was for Roa. So, or I guess for London. So they arrive at Royal Demon's arena, live arena. Then we see London standing on apple crates, referring to his duel with Geta. And then, if all that wasn't enough, he also says the phrase "get a chance," which also calls back to that duel where he sang a song about Geta in which that line was included. So many really cool references. And then they could have stopped there, but we then travel to Goha City. Now, I will say, I am recording this very late, and I have just seen the preview images for this episode, so I'm recording this on the day when the next one is coming out. And I won't say what's in these images because it's a huge spoiler, but this next episode is going to be insane, and I'm so excited to see where they go from here, and especially since we know that Phaser and Yuga is Phaser versus Yugioh is coming up. So the question is, how will that resolve? Will the twins and Yuga be pulled back, or will everyone but them get turned back to normal? We'll have to wait and see. And at this point, there is no debate that if you're watching Go Rush, you kind of have to watch Sevens at this point. And I'm so excited to see how this arc ends. We also know next arc we are getting a tournament, which is Go Rush's first tournament, obviously, and I pray to God that it's done better than the Sevens one, and that we get a little bit more time in that. But tell me your guys' thoughts, and when you tell me your thoughts, actually write, did you watch Sevens or not? I'm very curious to see that, right? If my theory of people who are Go Rush only not liking this episode, and people who are Sevens, who did watch Sevens, loving this episode. So yeah, tell me your guys' thoughts, and I'll see you next week for another crazy episode.